Speaking of COVID-19, a lot of people are wondering now that 2 potential vaccines have been proven to be highly effective, who's going to get them first? Well, according to the CDC, they've identified 4 groups that get top priority. First, healthcare workers like doctors, nurses, and lab technicians, thank goodness. Next are the essential workers, people on the front lines who can't work from home. Third are people with underlying medical conditions. And finally, older adults, people over the age of 65 who have the greatest risk of complications. But one question that a lot of us have, will wealthy people be able to jump the line and get access before everyday Americans? I fear that happening. I would hope that it goes in that linear fashion where we have the healthcare workers, elderly. But do you fear, Jeff, that people that have money will just be able to buy their own stash?
I don't fear it. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's why would history change all of a sudden now? People with money get the finer things in life, right? So why would it change now? I believe they're going to make enough that hopefully healthcare workers and everyone you just named get their piece first. But the rich are going to jump to the front of that line as well.
They should be allowed to,
we already
though.
see it with the testing, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think in the beginning, a lot of people were questioning why all these celebrities were able to know whether they were positive or not. I think at a certain point, it became accessible to more people. There are still a lot of people, let's just be very honest, who did not have access to the test. I think by virtue of the fact that so much was spoken about and it became such a common knowledge thing, I would hope that the vaccine is allocated based on need, not based on
I would hope.
finances.
And hopefully there's some sort of task force that will be in charge of that, right? And I just want to say, because this is going to blow your mind, when it comes to these 2 vaccines, because I really delved deep to find out exactly how safe are they. I just want to make sure that no one's a guinea pig, right? And I was blown away. So number one, the reason why we're getting this vaccine so quickly, because typically it does take years and years, sometimes a decade, to finally get a vaccine. Now we have a different task force like Operation Warp Speed and other ones globally that are on the fast track for this vaccine, because this is a global pandemic. So you have every single scientist has galvanized and been able to utilize resources to make this very fast and warp speed. So that's number one. Number 2, we have different means now of creating vaccines. So we're used to hearing you inject an inactivated virus, right? A part of COVID-19, so to speak. Can you give me a second, please? I can't be cut off mid-sentence while I'm saying this. And so for this one, they're not even using an inactivated virus. This is what's going to blow your mind. They actually use something called mRNA, which is a genetic recipe that actually directs your cells to create the antibodies to COVID. So to me, that's like futuristic. It feels a lot safer. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but I think that we're onto something really, really big here. And I love the idea that your little cells in there are just going to be like directed and like on marching orders.
I like the way you put it so kids could understand as well.
Yeah, amazing. That's science for you.